Chai.
Maliza chai. You can't go there with white tea on set. Or have a cup that does not show content. Mwage kwa hiyo cup ingine. Usikae kama tunaona chai stage. We are live.
Well, production manager is breathing fire. We, sasa chai ni kitu ya kunyima mtu. Davido, mbona hamuku niambia hii mambo ya chai? Me too. Sasa wewe unakuharibu. Wacha hiyo mambo yako wewe. Sasa mnataka kuharibu. Production manager anakata chai zao mkate. Next episode. Nakuona sana. You want us to be fired? Wewe newspaper kesho itakuwa moto. Ya kesho ama ni ya leo? Haya, karibuni. Mumetungoja sana, finally tuko hapa. Tupo live. Yes, mambo ni live. Alrighty. Evans Kibwet. Niaje ati usipe SALASYA pombe leo. Haya. Leo tutampea Derek Smart. Hello Obinna. Okay, karibu sana. Duncan Mwikali SALASYA for Prezo, karibu sana. Obinna say hi to me. Dolphin Niaje, how you doing? Stacy Muhindi, karibu sana. Bosi siku zombo. Zipi the 6th in the building, okay? Derek karibu sana. Stacy, Maria Mueni, Socrates Kamau. Obinna, really like that suit. I think I should get one. Yes, you should. This suit is actually from GJ Mavazi. This was the one he did for me for my comedy special, My Mistakes on 7th June. Nilipigana comedy kwa stage. Na sijaivaa tena. So leo nilikuwa naangalia hivi nikapata nimevaa nguo ya Munezi. Pata nimevaa suit ya Munezi, ilikuwa kubwa, nikasema suit gani siyapiga hapa, nikaona hii nayo. However, Katelo amesema anafanana na Munishi. Unajua Munishi? Pastor Munishi. Katelo amesema na Pastor Munishi. Na hii look yangu but iko tu sawa. Ati Obinna, mheshimiwa kumaliza episode ya My Woman. By the way, mheshimiwa alitoroka katikati ya show. Hata explain kwa nini. Aliwacha matwins zangi. Matwins wanakuulizia. Haya, tutaangalia mambo. SALASYA pay maji please. Okay, sawa. Nathan Njuguna Nyandarua, Locked in, Monica Muzau, Obinna Niaje, John Kioko. Obinna, you are Dmat. I thought you wanted right smart, but hata Dmat iko tu sawa. Jezina sema lonely adito. Wapi yule mtu wa gita? Unaweza tuimbia lonely adito? Lonely adito, lonely. Mani oma. Hebu kuja upige ukitu hapa.
Hizo zinakuwa lazima zibeshika ile. Sasa hiyo tuko macho.
Wezimba. No, huyu ndio mwimbi. Okay. Huyu ndio mwimbi. Hebu piga gitaa tusikie kama iko na kitu. Piga mambo Waachilia mambo. Ndio hiyo. Paza sauti.
Awe mwisho.
Na fine.
26.
Yeah, mimi ndio the 6 mwenyewe. 2027 prezo. Asubuhi na mapema.
Tuende kazi. Oh, kuna nyume mwandikia? Haya, wapi ile microphone nyingine? Pamela, sound engineer. Si utusaidie na hiyo nini, alafu ndio sasa ama mimi nisonge karibu. We can also decide and do that. All right, while they are sorting that one, wacha ni big up watu wetu bado wako hapa. Nyakiena Orina Obinna hapo Sunday in the building, sio ndani ya gari. Okay, let me explain this thing by the way. So Range Rover Vogue is a Range Rover house. I always say there's a lot you don't know. It's a house. Okay. Mwesho umenielewa, si ndio? When in Range Rover house, it's a Vogue, it's a house. So when I say in the building, it's actually a building. But sasa kama umezoea Probox, okay, it's fine. Mambo ni mingi, umezoea Sienta. Hey, ati Obinna is stopping to take your kids phone call while live is always breathtaking. Oh wow, okay. Diana Chipchumba. Yes, hao ni watu wangu mazee. When they call we have to, because inaweza kuwa ni emergency by the way. Because they always know Monday is that an Obinna Show live. So if they call you're like okay, then napata mwingine anataka kuhustle pesa ya gummy bears. Obinna, hello. Anastasia Ngovo ni aje? Orina Mwario, wapi makofi ya mheshimiwa? Okay, salimia Mosh for me. Zipi nimekugotea mheshimiwa wefwe. Henry Litsuma Henry Lisutamalumu. Okay. Jina kama chakula. Matajiri tunaelewa Obinna. Yes, Shikoli wewe una understand. Okay. Suti ni moto, asante sana, asante sana, asante sana. Tumezoea Super Metro Collins Otieno iko tu sawa. Felicitas Nafula, Calvin Smumi, Emmanuel G8C, karibu Sheila Kipetu, karibu sana. Happy Claire, karibu Millicent, karibu Stacy Mwindi, welcome, welcome, welcome. Henry Masamu, karibu sana. Mapenzi Map TV, karibu sana. Doris Kwamboka pia nimekucheki. Otimas, karibu sana. Joins Paul Mugembe, karibu sana. Bettina Mwasi, welcome, 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 welcome. Tafuteni kiti mukae, tafuteni kiti mukae. Iko karibu kuwaka. Uko sawa? Tuende kazi.
Pita Salasia, wewe tunakujua. Pita Salasia, Jenzi tunakutambua. Wewe huogopi hata ukishikwa, wewe huogopi, hakika wewe ni mjasiri. Pita Salasia, wewe si tunakupenda.
Hallelujah.
Wewe tunakutambua kama sisi Jenzi, wewe tunakujua. Uza sera zako vizuri, hakika kurani zako. Pita usitishwe, usitishwe na chochote. Hata pale kwa bunge tunaona hutishwi, huogopi chochote. Mungu akulinde kila siku. Salasia tunamka tukiomba, hiyo kitini yako zidi kusukuma. Na wewe Salasia, shida yako ni moja, miaka yako imesonga, lakini una bibi. Ona Salasia, mubariki na mmoja. Mungu sikia maombi, usikuwe kama Obinna. Pita Salasia, wewe pita Salasia, wanakujua. Uongezewe miaka mingi, uongezewe siku za kuishi. Pita Salasia, Mungu akubariki. Pita na kuibia, lakini niangalie. Pita Salasia, nimbe kitu kidogo.
Kabla nitoka hapa, lazima kitu upate.
Nipe za cabbage.
Lakini wewe unaweza kuwa worshiper. Hizo ni very big worshiper.
Kwa kanisa.
Kama hujaanza inafaa sasa tuangalie
consider. Sasa mimi nimeingia kwa hiyo kesi aje? Ati usikwe kama Obinna sasa.
Kumamkize. Unajua wao kuna vitu naogopanga. Kuna vitu zingine na kuanga mjasiri.
Najua.
Lakini ikifika kuoa anasikia Qur'ani.
Haya, asante. Waambie tena TikTok. Waambie TikTok wanakupata wapi?
Mr. Wangaya. Unifollow. Mambo ni moto.
Mr. Wangaya.
Mambo ni live.
Lonely Adito. Lonely. Leta miwani zangu. Hizi ni zawadi nilipatiwa siku ya birthday na mtu fulani. Modo somebody. Sasa tena nikipeana mambo itakuwa ni live. Lola, asante Mr. Wangaya. Thank you so much. Haya, rudishia nani microphone yake sasa because utaenda huko anze nini tena. Davido, tuanze kipindi, nipe introduction sasa. Wamefika. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Obinna Show Live. It's Monday, and when it's Monday, it's time for some good vibes about to educate you and entertain you, inspirational conversation and motivational conversations. Coming live to you, of course, from Samaki Onotaro, this joint and seafood, same WhatsApp group. It's an amazing space to come and hang out and enjoy some nice delicacies. Their prices are also quite affordable. Parking is on the site and car wash as well. Alafu pia ukiingia hapa unaweza jaribu pizza na unaweza jaribu nyama choma pia. All right, we've had some interesting guests that you need to catch up with. Some 3 other episodes that we've done. Ni 3 kama ni 4 tumepiga. Tumezisukuma by the way. Piga 3, si ndio? Yeah, check them out. It's gonna be a very interesting nini for you. You should consider doing that one. But after this one, we still have 2 more. Jamambuzi ameshachinjwa bado Ako? Yeah, there's a young man who has been trending ati alirogwa, aliiba sijui kuku akiongeleshwa anafanya me. Is in the building. Wacha tuongee tuseme hii ni kipindi, ni content, what is the agenda, target ni gani? We're gonna be having that conversation. Omosh, mumebai pregnancy test? Mumebai? Very good. We're gonna be doing pregnancy test for Hannah Benta live. So Hannah Benta kuna fununu that first wameachana na ule captain wake. Alafu tena akona mimba na Hannah Benta amesema ana mimba and she lives behind here. So after this one also we're gonna be doing, anaingia hapa kwa washroom, tunatengo, tunaangalia, tunaona kama ni twins ama ni so mamo ni live. All right? However, right now we have Mr. President in the building. Wabi Makofi one more time, ladies and gentlemen. SALASYA the 6th. Mr. President, how are you?
I'm very fine.
Karibu.
Thank you so much.
Habari ya ground?
No, ground is good.
Eh.
And I'm happy that after 1 year,
Yes.
I'm back.
Oh, it's been 1 year?
Yes.
It's our anniversary.
Yeah, this is it's an anniversary because I remember, I saw some around 1 month ago or so.
Yeah.
And you replayed the video.
Yeah.
Whereby I was playing here with this question like this. And I was talking about the issue of nyota. Nikisema that I have a very big nyota. I don't know, but you remember the story.
Yes.
And I was just saying it, and I never knew that maybe one of these fine days it's gonna come to seriousness.
Yes.
The way it is
It is
right
very
now.
serious
Because
right
even
now.
me, when I was talking, like by that time, I didn't know about it, how to start about it, how to configure around it, how to start and everything.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Yeah.
Yes, so it was a matter of spiritual. We were in the spiritual realm when we were speaking that, when we were having that conversation that particular day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Karibu sana, Mr. President. Welcome back.
Thank you.
It's been a year. It's our anniversary now. So definitely, this one is going to be another one for the books. Lakini pillow tu ndo wachane nayo.
Yeah, today I'm not going for the pillow because I'm on a very serious note right now. I'm very serious today.
Okay.
I'm very serious today.
Okay, mama imegeuka.
No, I'm serious now. You know, it is a matter of national interest.
Okay.
So today we are on serious business today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sijaona Salasia I'm serious.
We are on serious business.
There's a very serious poll that has been put on the screen as well.
Yeah.
At the Salasia, Rigiji, Ruto, Matiang'i. Sasa, who would you vote for if elections were held today? So ameweka hapo Salasia, Rigiji, Ruto, Matiang'i. Wacha pia mimi cast. Salasia is leading at 42%.
Oh, okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. we will keep winning. You know, I saw another one. People from Saudi Arabia, Saudi. Those girls were voting, and I was leading. So I said, this is not getting. It's getting out of my heart.
Okay, walai, see.
Kumbe it's real.
Iko hapo.
Peter Salasya with 42.
Yes.
Rigiji 16. Okay. Now let's give what. Okay, now let's go to serious business now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, sawa. So the poll is over there, so take your time and you get to cast your vote over there. We'll see. Kwa hiyo poll ikisha watakuwa nachezea wapi. Decide if elections were to be held today, who's going to be leading. So Salasya is a member of parliament for Mumias East, and he's been doing a lot of work on ground. Mambo ya maendeleo, tumeona amejenga shule, mabarabara, manini. He's been doing that, and also currently he's been going around the country kumkatiano. Yes, anaongea na Wakenya, anamwambia ni aje, I'm looking to run for presidency in the year 2027, so munipatie. And then in the process of doing that, a lot of things have been happening. Mara wameshikwa, sijui ni kwa lodging, sijui ni wapi. Wametolewa huko na matiagas. So we're going to be covering all that. And also, he is a member of parliament. So, Finance Bill 2025 has been approved. And he's part of the people in that house. So we're also going to be talking about that one a little bit. Na pia amekuwa sana na beef pale online. Wanakuwa ananyoroshana na Maverick Aoko. Mara Maverick amesema hakuna receipts za Salasya, sijui Salasya amefanya nini. Mambo ni mingi. Sasa tuanze na finance bill because that is the most current thing. We were to have Mheshimiwa Kimani Kuria. Yes, but postponed, so he'll come next week, so we'll even break it even deeper on the finance bill. Lakini sasa kupitia. Mbona mmepitisha finance bill? Ulikuwa kwanza ikipitishwa?
You know what happened last time?
Yeah.
You see, even this finance bill,
Yeah.
as we were doing the demonstration,
Yes.
as we were doing the demonstration,
Yeah.
On 5th,
Yes.
on 5th, then on 6th, it was being signed into an act of law.
Okay.
On 26, yani watu wame demonstrate, wamefanya nini na nini yote, kama bado wanakuguza majera, they go ahead and sign it. So it was something that
who goes ahead and signs it?
see now the man who is at the power.
Yeah. You know, mulipitisha, but
no, you see now, let me say something, and I think these guys, they played a technical game.
Okay.
Because they wanted to make sure that this thing is passed maybe without a lot of noises. In fact, they really made sure that most of the members like us, we were not aware when that thing was being passed. They just called some few. In fact, we were just learning it from on social media that the finance bill was passed and all that. So that's the reality.
That's the other one. Sio hii, ile ingine.
No, this one.
Oh, hii?
Yes.
Haukukua?
No, we were just like.
Pia uliona online kama sisi?
Yeah, online kama nyinyi tu. So you see now when those have things, controversial things, there's a way they plan themselves. So you just find like there was no mobilization. Like now we have, now we are talking about the broad-based government. Okay. So when we are talking about the broad-based government, so now the work of the whips is to whip the members, to tell the members that tomorrow we are discussing this issue like this. Yeah. That's why now you find like they discussed it earlier, before even the Gen Z protest on 25th. Okay. So they came it earlier. So you don't know, and most people had anticipated that maybe the same day, like on 25th. So there was no consistency when it was being discussed, and they made it sure that very brief and passed it and made it into the law. So after they signing it on 20, but still in all, there are issues that I really feel, and what they did right now is because in the last previous finance bill, they tried to go to the people, directly to the people, but this time around they have gone now to the business employers to look at so that they press the other people, but not direct. But at the end of it all, it will definitely come to haunt the general public. And there are issues that maybe I highlighted in the finance bill that I do believe that it's not really good for the Kenyans, but because now we are being led by can say a confused government, so they cannot understand some things. You know, now that's why we say that it's all good to let the country be led by someone who has attended an economics class will be able to understand some basic knowledge on how on finance, touching on taxation and all that. And maybe what I can just say, one or two things that maybe I will be able to highlight.
Okay.
Number one, we have the thing called the mortgage interest tax relief. Okay. Yes, they really celebrated that it is a good thing, whereby they say that the mortgage, for example, if you have taken a mortgage, there is an interest. So that interest now you're not being is a tax relief. But now you find like it's only going to affect those people who are maybe taking the mortgage for construction. But there are those also people who go buy the loan, take the loan from the banks and go and buy those the houses directly. Yeah. So you find that it is not it compromises and not give also the doubt of benefit to other people. Then we also have the tax on cryptocurrency. And you know, like right now, most of the young people right now, they are on digital platform, working there. Money, they're doing those securities, and they are doing the analysis on, you know, you understand the crypto market, wale foreign currency. Yeah. And you find like what they did is that they reduced it, the tax on those foreign those exchange in whatever from 3 to 1%. But now what they did is that because when you're going to your trading cryptocurrency, maybe in finance or there are those the way they call them. Now instead of taxing on profits, like for example, maybe you are investing maybe 100,000 into the cryptocurrency, so they will charge maybe that 1.5%. Whether you get those things are very they are volatile. Yes, they volatile, keep on fluctuating. You can put in the money and then you can get it or recool it. So what now? Even when you get the loss, they still have already taxed you. If you get the profit, so it doesn't make the sense. So they could have said that because now we want many young people to be on to have their own job opportunities and create their own jobs. So one way could be like why can't we remove even those taxes or even look at the taxation on the profit side. So I think that even also they messed on that because right now cryptocurrency is one of the major platforms that is creating many job opportunities to many young people. Then we also have VAT reclassification from zero rated to tax exempt. You see now the concept of these mostly probably was the essential things. Yeah. You remember recently when the president was in Meru and he was talking about there was a day of dairy field farmers. And you remember when there was an MP who said that, women rep, I think, who said that the president has lowered the prices of the animal feeds. People heckled, and which is a fact. What they have done, because we have like those called the animal feeds, they have been they've been enjoying what you call zero rated. So now when we mean what we call the zero rated is like if you buy some goods, you can go and reclaim and claim that you were taxed, and then there will be the tax refund. but now they have put like exempted, whereby it's going to make things like the animal feeds to be more expensive. So definitely it was just a story that the president was talking about. And also it affects things like pharmaceutical raw materials. You understand, right now we have a lot of problems. There are those who are pharmaceutical. We are talking about the cancer that the SHA is not taking care of, the terminal disease like sickle cell that the government. We are talking about the healthcare system, but now again we have forgotten. We have moved away from the principle that Kenya Kwanza had talked about, like about the healthcare, whatever. Then you look about there's what you call the locally assembled mobile phones. When they were saying that digital, like today, we are talking about many young people today. They are on social media. They want good phones so that they can make good pictures, videos, edit, whatever. But now again, it has been removed. So you find like it's going solar panels and lithium batteries. You understand the importance of the solar right now. People are moving away from the normal electricity to the solar because it's more cheaper. But again, now they have been removed. Motorcycle and electric bikes. They have again also removed them from the zero rated. So those are some of the things which means that they don't understand what they stand for. Then we also have reduction in import duty for select iron and steel. You remember when the Kenya Kwanza government they came, they increased the taxation on steel by 17. Now they have reduced it to 5%. Okay, which is good also. But now the consequences that are, the question that a normal person will ask, why were they doing it so to 17? Now they've just come down again to. So it's like they are yani but nasif. They're just like doing. Because you remember, I asked myself a question. Like for example, we have iron ore in Bere. Why are we still struggling to import when we have the key component in Bere? We have the clinker here is in Baringo. We have the clinker here in Gajado. We have the clinker here in Ukambani. The main component of making cement, but still the cement and iron still they are very high. So it means that they don't understand all this. Another one, affordable housing, the rollback of tax incentive. So they removed, you know, like I was in Morocco. Housing thing is not the first thing that Kenya is doing. When I went to Morocco, what they do. Morocco is one of the best countries that has done so well in terms of affordable housing. And one thing they have done is that they introduced the new homes. Like for example, we can talk of Kibera here. They will say they take the data of all people who are staying here in Kibera. They identify the land maybe in Kajiado. Then as the government, they build the social amenities. We can talk of the school, hospital, the road networks and whatever, water and everything. Then they look for an investor, and they do the private government partnership, whereby now he has been given. So there is what we call the corporate tax and VAT. So this person does not allow to be that does not pay the.
It's exempted of something.
Is exempted for corporate tax and from the VAT. So you find like now those houses. A unit goes at around 400,000. So and the government is just there as a guarantor. Now they give you the key. You start staying in the house. You start paying that money to the investor. So you find like at the end of the day that you build a certain number of units. Then you enjoy all those benefits. But now in Kenya, it's surrounded with a lot of there's no transparency in it. So initially they had about this thing of affordable housing. So you see now from the word affordable, it means that it should be affordable. From the word of construction,
the word itself.
Yeah, the way you construct, like the cement should be low, everything, there should be some benefit so that at the end of the day, when you build it cheaply, you also sell it at a gooder price or lower prices. But now you look at what they have done is that they were enjoying the removal of VAT incentives. There was some VAT that they were enjoying, and also like the tax, corporate tax, they have also removed from the affordable housing. They were enjoying like paying 15%. but they have removed that 15%. Now they're going to pay it at 30% and all that. So it's like they don't understand what exactly they really meant for. So those are some of the key things. You realize that they don't. There is what also another thing that was in they call the marginal economic significance, that was talking about the digital, any company that is established in this country, that there is a certain percentage you have to pay for you establishing. So all these things makes that it doesn't make sense at all it's going to push the business people, and then it leaves the common mwananchi to suffer. I think that is one thing that I can say about the finance bill.
Okay. All right. So Mheshimiwa has given us some of the parts, some of the components of the finance bill that has already been signed into law.
Yeah.
Has been passed, has been approved and stamped and signaturized by the president, and those are some of the parts that he feels alikuwa nao na shida kidogo.
Maybe the last one, that maybe there is the removal of taxation on gratitude and pension income.
Okay.
They are the ones who introduced the taxation on that. You see, they are the ones who introduced it, right? Haikukua. Then again, now they have removed. So it means that they are not consistent. They don't know. They are confused. Yeah, that's what I can say. Yeah.
So watu kwa comments wanasema huyu si SALASYA tulikuwa tunangoja. Pamela, leta maji. So wanasema SALASYA has been so serious today. This thing is very Baka is speaking pure English. Nini wanasema hakuna punctuations But it's very good. It's good to know that when it gets to serious matters, Mheshimiwa, you also get serious about it. So, Pamela, kuja kwanza before tuendelee na this serious conversation. Uliza Mheshimiwa chenye atataka kunywea. Yes, this Pamela.
Maji tu.
Ulikuwa kumwambia kitu.
Warm water.
I'm Pamela.
Yeah.
I'm the hostess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so what can I do for you?
Give me warm water.
Warm?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sparkling water.
No, I don't like sparkling water.
For me.
Okay, for you, not for me.
No, for me it's sparkling water. Room temperature as well. Yeah. Okay. So, the finance bill imefanyiwa hivyo, imeshapitishwa. However, there are some components that are good in it. Have you seen anything that is good in it?
Yeah, definitely, because of that's why I've highlighted some of the things, but you will realize like they're the ones who brought them. Now after they have found like it's not working, and that's why we are saying that the key opposition in this country, they're the young people of this nation. Yeah, and I want to say that the young people of this nation, they are the future of this nation, and they should not be allowed to be confused at any given point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it okay to say that our MPs are useless because what we've mandated them to do, they are not able to do? For example, protecting us against this finance bill, our members of parliament could not do it because you've said ilipitishwa kama wengi wao hawajui.
Yeah, definitely, yes.
So is it okay to say now our MPs are useless because they're not doing what you expect them to do for us?
What I can really say is that the formulation of the law, how the political parties act. And I think one of the things that the reforms that we really need to have going forward is that we should not allow the political parties to have a way in any affairs of the parliament. Because number one, we are the people who have suffered under this broad-based government thing. And maybe some, they don't want to suffer the same way, because when we went against the will of the broad-based and remained firm, we were removed in our key committees that we were, like I was in the Committee of Agriculture. I was removed from the Committee of Agriculture.
You went against the Nini?
Yeah, and taken to broadcasting, sijui ingine sijui ya chakula. So you see, there is totally nothing that you can discuss there, because now food, what are you going to discuss there? So, but now, and that's why you see, because of you're going against the political, and that's why you find like most of the members of the parliament, they are really there, but some maybe they are in the Committee of Roads, they're in the Committee of Budget, they don't want to be. So one of the things that once I become the president of the Republic of Kenya that I have to do is to bring the independence in the House, in the National Assembly. And one way is that we must have an amendment whereby we are saying that political parties stops at the time when election, at the time of election, election ends, so that members can elect themselves and also provide oversight. Look even at the courts; they are not independent. So what is really making when I become the president, one of the things, if I really want to enjoy the position, make these organs to be independent, make Parliament to do its work, make the court to do its work, make the judiciary and even the executive to do their work independently. And the only thing that now is for me to work on is just the corruption, to fight the corruption and make sure that the systems are working. Then I myself will be able to enjoy even the leadership, will not have to struggle so much in managing the country.
So basically right now, all of these arms of the government are not independent.
They're not independent. They're not independent at all. They're not independent at all.
So they're as good as useless. They're good as not being there. They're ceremonial.
They're ceremonial because now, what are you going to do? Like, for example, let me ask, even when you have, like, for example, a private bill, whatever, it's hard to make things, and that's why we really need young people in the parliament. We need young people so that we can have a voice. People who can have a voice and push the agenda. Because now they're there, ranking members. You are there, ranking members. You know.
What's a ranking member?
Yeah, that those who have been there. But now there's no difference whether you are ranking or not. There's no difference. We're all the same. In fact, it's not good to say what I could have said right now. But right now I'm presidential. I want to speak presidential right now. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Okay, that is something. Apart from you guys being paid off to pass a couple of bills, it's bills, yeah. Do you guys get threatened sometimes, members of parliament?
No, that's why I've said that the threats are there to be removed from the committees, and that's why I always tell members in our committee, why do you have to bother about the committees? So you will be removed, so you are removed, so you are there. We are pushing.
Okay, and if you are removed from the committee, do you die?
No, you don't die.
Then
so that is
the issue
and I
that's where you guys make money from, eh?
I don't know now. You see now, kila mtu ako huko, unajua sasa you are the one. There are a lot of issues there when you are in the committees. You see now, it depends on the number of the departments that are reporting to you. The more the responsibility, the more you feel like you are a big boss. You see? Now you see when you are, like, for example, in the members' facility, you are just there to look at food, just there. But you see when you are in the agriculture, after they are reporting to you, you are looking at. So that is what the members, they fear. And that's the only thing. If we remove the political parties from having a say in arrangement of committees, then the parliament will be very independent, will be very more vibrant. Because there is totally nothing that the president will. You see, like right now, other people will tell me, removing the like, for example, the CDF and all that. But the more important, even when I become the president, I will support the CDF thing, because that is the only thing, money that goes to the mashinani, that touches on schools, on functions that remains at the national government. So you find like, because when you are a member of parliament, like for example, today, when you are not in there are those things like maybe the roads or the schools, you have to go and bend before the executive for them to come and do the work from.
Really?
That is what is happening. There are, there are a lot of things. So for us to make the parliament to be independent, first of all, we must make sure that their constituencies, they are getting the resources. Like we entrench the CDF, they are getting the resources there. We are making sure that the roads, these roads, that every constituency has the roads, that has the fund to make sure that the constituency is getting the roads. So that when you are there to bring oversight to the government, to the executive, you are able, because there's nothing you're going to bend before them and tell them that, because at the end of the day, your people will have the roads maintenance, people will have the schools, you'll have the toilets, and that is what we really want.
Let me see if I understand this correctly. Mm-hmm. So there's a couple of committees
in
parliament.
Yes.
That handle different things.
Yes.
And for you to be in these committees, it's a status thing. It
Yeah.
makes you feel more important.
Yeah, sure.
And there's also some liquidity in it.
And now I don't know what to say about the liquidity thing. But anyway, let us divert. We might come back to that.
I'm continuing. I've not finished the question.
Okay.
I've not finished the question. Okay, so there's some money to be made. Let's just leave it there. And then, so my member of parliament has to go beg these committees to give them money or to approve some money for the constituency. Is that what you're saying?
Let me just give you a good example. When you are in a committee, right?
Yeah.
So you like, for example, water.
Okay.
So you are meeting with the people of water, right? Like Victoria Basins, what, all those that are reporting to you. So you are able to push the projects maybe in your... So that is, if you are in the electricity, for example, energy.
So you are not in the electricity committee, so stima itakuja kwako.
That's why we must say that when we want this country to move forward, we say there are things like that are in the national government. Like, for example, the functions, we say every constituency has to get this amount of money for the roads. Every constituency has to get the CDF of this amount. Every constituency, and it should be in the law, that for any functions that are with the national government. So that now you don't have to go and beg the national government that I want this. So you are able to provide serious oversight for them. And that is why now you find like, because now you have been promised that they are bringing water in your constituency, they are bringing what in your constituency. Now you don't have to bend, you have to bend. And that is one thing that we must stop at all.
Are you pro-equality or equity in fund distribution?
I'm pro-equality, and that is why I'm pro-equality
So
and equity.
Yes, constituency should be given the same amount.
Yes,
of
and that's
resources.
why we must say that CDF, because for all 292, and this is the only money that goes directly to the constituency level, it's being felt by the people down there. And that's why we say that is equality and equity. But now you see, when you remove such kind of kitty like CDF, you remove the road. It means now when you are in the opposition like the way I am, you have to go back. You'll be forced to go back to the executive and ask them
bend.
and bend before them. So, and that is what whenever I must make sure that every and in fact like the county governments also, and also this one also affects the county governments. And we must also come up with the legislation, like for example, every ward, every sub-county has to be entitled, if it's a certain amount for this amount, maybe for water, for those devolved function, it has to be go directly. Or else, if you go against the will of the governor, you will not bring, maybe if you are the MP or you are the or your MCA, you go against him. He will divert the resources to other areas that they listen to him. And that is also some of the things that going forward you have to work on. Maybe we go to the, because these are the, now I'm presidential, I should not be discussing this right now. I should be discussing how I need to transform this country. Anyway, let's proceed. Yeah.
CDF,
Yeah.
HELB. Senator, I think it was Karangu Wathangwa who spoke about the government. Why is the government giving us money to pay the government? And I've heard you speak about it now. You're like, oh, CDF should still be given and everything. So are you pro? The government keeps giving people CDF for people to pay back to the government and even help. Ama the government just puts the money in the system and makes education free.
You know, let me tell you, you know, people like them, they speak, but they don't have the facts.
Okay.
Like, remember the history of Kenya, where Kenya has moved from. Education was there. But you remember that there was a time when people used to go for Arambes. They used to go for Arambes to build a toilet. They used to go Arambe to build classroom. They used to go for Arambe to buy the buses. Is that what now someone is thinking about? That is now the important. The CDF thing has made it so easy. Like, a school can be bought a bus, school classes can be constructed. Because when we remove it, means that this function, if you want, you have to get back to Nairobi to go and request them to buy for this thing. Now look at the education. You know, you cannot talk about scrapping all those things if the government has not yet done what they're supposed to be doing. Look at a good example. Look, the implementation process of NHIF from NHIF to SHA. When they came up with the SHA, they went very fast to do away with the NHIF and then bring something that was not working up to today and has no significant impact on common mwananchi, still believes that NHIF was the best remedy for the healthcare system as compared to the SHA. So if you're saying that, for example, you want these things to be scrapped like HELB so that they can be, why can't we bring and implement fast? Then before we remove all these things, we say we are starting, like for example, maybe there is the transition process. I think one thing that the Kenya Kwanza has not learned is about the transition process, which is very critical in any given way.
We umenizungusha but iko sawa. Wacha sasa tukuje sasa huku kwingine sasa. Sasa tumemalizana na finance bill. Tumalizana na hiyo. Tutakuwa tunalima government hapa na pale tukiendelea kidogo kidogo. For example, your take on police brutality?
Yeah.
What's your take on police brutality?
Number one, first of all, I want to condemn the police brutality in the strongest term possible. Okay. Because I said it before, like human beings are like animals. And the way you treat them is the same way they will respond back to you. And we have lost so many lives through the police brutality. You remember the generation that we are dealing today with is the generation that is different from the previous generation that have been there. These are the young people that have been brought up when Kiboko was removed from the system. You have to sit with them on the table and discuss issues. What do you want to achieve by doing ABCD? And that is how they have been brought up, because we are talking about Kibaki removed you remember that time? So there are times that now you cannot use extra force to force things to happen. So they're like the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes, you cannot use force and handle. If they follow your scrotum, and you cannot use force to remove them, or else you will suffer. Now what I'm trying to say is that we have to tell the police they have to go into the refresher course and learn how to handle people on demonstration. Like, and I want to say this, like this area called Rongai. Police of Rongai, I want to call you on board. Why is it that every Mandamano there must be killings in Rongai? Why? Even yesterday I was there. Young boy of 17 years old. He comes from my constituency. Was killed, was shot by the police. I was there from a very humble family background. You ask yourself, why is it that there must be shooting left, right? That one cannot continue to happen. And when it's happening like this, I wonder, when we have women, like in the Bible, when Rael heard about when the children of Israel were being killed, then the voice of Rael was crying in the wilderness, crying, why are you killing my children, my sons, and whatever? But the women of this country, those whom we call the women reps, whom they are supposed to guard the children of this land and say, we the women of this land, we are not going to accept. Now the way for them is just to go and to wait and wapatiane padi ya shilingi 10. And they are supposed to be there and crying. Wengine wanakuwa pale wanasema ati walikuwa naye, sijui walikuwa na polisi huyo mkubwa, sijui anafanya nini. So I believe we have a role to protect this country.
Okay.
We have a role to protect this country. And we want to say next time, like for example, what the young people, they will say now today we are not going to the roads. We are going to occupy the leaders' homes. Where are we going to run for as a nation? So they have said that we don't go to the police station, they will shoot us. Why we are not going to go and occupy the homes of maybe the leaders they are out. So we want to say that the police must stop using extra force. We have the Ministry of the Youth. What is it that the Ministry of the Youth, the National Youth Council, that is being taxed by the Kenyans, are being taxed by the CEO? What are you doing in terms of the youth, addressing the issues of youth being shot, being harassed, and their issues not being addressed by a Ministry of Youth and all that? So it means that there is a lot that needs to be done. And that's why I say that we want to condemn, and we are saying that when you touch the life of a young person. When you touch, you think that you are solving the problem, but you are creating more problems. So the police, it's high time that now you have to listen to the voice of the Kenyans. That is not going to be as usual as you might think. Yeah.
Do you think the problem is the police or is their leadership? Because did you hear what the CS Murkomen said?
No, the problem is all the way from the leadership. Because every time these things happens, they protect the police. Yes, as a police, you must practice because you are trained on how to restrain yourself, to handle your anger management, to handle the people. You are a professional in all those stuff. You have to use all the professional tactics and make sure that you are. Why is it that the Kenya army, the police, when the army were moving, I saw the video. Instead of them booing them or shouting at them, they were removing stones and greeting them and celebrating with them. The highest order, the highest honor they received is because the police have failed to gain that respect from these other people. And if they could just, we make stories. I saw something, they say that they have to give placards, they have to do what? Look, there's this issue of the supermarket that were being looted here, OTC. You ask yourself a question, OTC here. From OTC to this Mudhurwa police station, it's just like here. From OTC to Kamkunji, 100 meters. But they were looting the whole place. But you find there was no police. But what were maandamano were on Kibera, that's the other street, Kimathi Street or the other side. But the looters, they're on this side doing their work, but no police is doing all that. The other one we experienced, we saw they are carrying Fimbo and all that. They say that we are. So you find like this is a total confusion, and we need leadership in this country.
If you are standing with the Gen Zs against police brutality, why weren't you at the maandamano?
Number one, let me tell you one thing. When it comes to leader, now for example, I'm a leader. Wewe umeona katika nchi ambazo zimeenda, kiongozi wao wanalinda kiongozi yao. Sijui kama unapata, yani, they don't expose your leader. First of all, you don't expose it. I'm the future of these people. So if you expect me to go,
Babu alikuja.
No, you see now, Babu is looking for Nairobi here. Mimi, I'm presidential, right? I'm presidential. Remember, I'm president. So you don't expect the president to also to be a maandamano. No, you are there looking and studying and watching on what is happening there and there, so that you can raise the alarm.
Maraga was there.
No, Maraga.
Senator for Busia.
No, the Maraga, those are we have the activists and we have the leaders. Now I'm a leader. Presidential. You don't expect a president to go and also to be on the street at the same time.
But Tata is presidential.
No, you see, I don't want to undermine anyone, but you see, I'm not an activist. You see, understand me from where I stand. You remember when I was still in that level? You see the Sifuria Maandamano. I could even go with my Kinyasa there and do the Sifuria. But now you see, right now we are looking at how I'm presidential right now. Remember, I'm presidential. Remember that one also.
Kwanza talking about presidential, anasema we ni project ya Ruto. Yeah.
Now let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing.
Nakewa mkate ndio confuse makura za watu.
I think it is obvious, it's normal in politics for anyone to give you a brand that this is a project. But for Peter SALASYA, I cannot be a project of anyone, number one. Remember, I'm a self-made leader, whether a self-made or born leader, whichever the way.
Yeah.
Because you remember, if you are a member of parliament, I'm a member of parliament, right? How can I, if I don't have the passion for the people, can I risk, like for example, my seat there? Is there, right? Is there my seat, right? Of member of parliament, right?
Yeah.
And which I'm sure because of the work that I've done for the last 2 years. The work that I've done there for the last, and in every poll, I'm always at the top, right? How can I go and be misused by somebody? For what? I've never been bought at any given point. In all situations, I've always stood with. But I always ask myself a question. Who is this person? One person that I believe in that will save the young people of this nation. And this is what has been really disturbing my mind. Every moment I wake up in the morning and I look at where I come from. And I say I'm a young person who understands where I've come from. Who knows kulala njaa ni nini? Who knows kazi ya mjengo ni nini? Who knows every kind? Because I have grown from, you know. So I ask myself a question. Who will save this nation? And this is why, because I've asked so many questions on this youth thing, and I've realized that maybe it's only me, Peter SALASYA, who have got the interest and passion for the people. And remember, leadership is one principle. And this is one thing that people fail. First of all, you must, as a leader, you must ask yourself, what makes you happy in your leadership? One thing, and this is the secret behind my leadership with my 3 years or 2 years, that being the leadership.
Okay.
When I feel people celebrating me that I'm doing work for them, and I feel I've achieved ABCD, that is what makes me more happy than anything else. And that is where most of the leaders, they fail from understanding this concept. That is not about we, the leaders. It should be about the people. And that's why you see, like, when I go to a school, I find children celebrating me, saying, Mheshimiwa, utujengee choo kama ile ulichengea wale, tujengee shule kama venye ulifanyia wale. It makes me so happy and so proud of. And that is what the Kenyan leaders have failed to understand. It becomes now, when they get, it's the time for them to amass wealth. And that is why now they come out of the mentality of serving the people and change the mentality. You remember the story of I don't know, was it the soul or what, the spirit of saying nakutoka sasa unakuwa the earthly person, whereby now you want to achieve more earthly things, and then you become like, that is where we have gone wrong. And I think that the question that we have asked myself, like, the leaders who are moving all around, we have been with them. And I want to refrain myself. I don't want to attack the united opposition or attack anyone. It's about me, Peter SALASYA. And that is what I stand for. I respect every boss, every person, because everyone has his own dreams to achieve in life. But now for myself, I'm looking at, from we came with this issue of free primary education. And many people, when Kibaki left this from 2015, many young people started going to the university, because after the parallel, there was a time when self-sponsored were not being sponsored by HELP. But in 2011, 2012, they brought the parallel students started being supported by the HELP. So many graduations from 2015 to 2025, approximately every year, those who graduate from the university with the degrees and graduates, they're about 50,000. For those who are graduating from the diploma certificates, they're about between a range of 200,000 to 300,000. From that time up to now, you find like we have a population of about 2.3 or 2.6 million of young people. Some they are there up to about 1 million maybe who have gotten the job. Others, they are still there struggling and all that. But now we ask ourselves, who is going to employ these young people? And that's why you find like this problem of young people, of how are we going to solve? Because even if when we bring a person who doesn't have the vision, we bring to be the president of this republic, we are going back to the streets. We are not going to resolve this issue. We must have a leader who has the vision and who has that mskumo, that push. That is what we want.
So you believe you are this leader?
And that is Peter SALASYA that we have. Look at this. These young people, like for example, mtu kumaliza shule, anamaliza 5 years, right? Anamaliza 5 years, maybe ndiyo apate. Sasa unapata mtu amesomea sijui molecular biology, unapata sijui ni Taylor, unapata mwingine sijui amefanya nini, amefanya hiyo nini. So we are lost. We are like lost in the jungle. And the more we don't have time as a nation. That's why when I've been walking all around the country, I've been saying that if we mess it, like even 5 years from now, Kenya will be in a total problems like in Nigeria, where there are going to be so many learned people, but there are not going to be job opportunities.
So we've seen a couple of presidential aspirants.
Yes.
And you believe you are the better one amongst them.
Yes.
Let's leave the president now. Let's talk about other presidential aspirants. Let's look at what you are better, what you can do better than them.
Yeah.
Let's talk Matiang'i.
Number one, let me tell you, I really wanted to refrain myself, because they will tell you that we have one common enemy, that is one term, right? I'm just trying to come to before I come to speak to any other thing.
Okay.
Is that okay? And I really want to refrain myself. I really want to talk about my agenda.
A lot of refrainings you're doing.
Yes, and look, one of the things that has really, I was in a country called, I was in South Africa to one time. When I was in South Africa, I noted that in South Africa, people love amapiano so much. And because they love amapiano so much, they use it, they consume amapiano, and to an extent that they are now exporting amapiano. We have amapiano fest in Kenya, which is now also doing a marvelous thing here in Kenya. Now I ask myself a question. These young people of Kenya, they love digital content things and whatever. And any successful person, like for example, me, my passion is to talk to the people. You must know what do your people in your country love, and that is where you're going to thrive from there. Everybody in Kenya right now is content creator. Majority of the young people there, but now we must come up with ways. But now these people love this direction. You are talking about the mjengo. Mtu anajiuliza, mimi nilienda university, nimeenda nikafanya diploma yangu, nimeenda nikafanya certificate yangu, unaniambia niende mjengo? They cannot accept, and that's why Peter SALASYA is coming up with a plan. And these youth are now burdens to these leaders, but youth is a big potential that can really do marvelous in this country that has not been tapped on. And maybe I'll just try to talk one of the things that are more practical, that if we, as Peter SALASYA, as I take over, this is how I'm going to solve this issue. Give me 2 minutes, I want to go through them very fast. Number one, and I have to be
they are not on your fingertips.
No, I'm just I have them.
You have to read your manifesto.
No, I'm not reading about my mind. I'm just talking about those. Number one, we are talking about the digital creators, for example. How can we go about it? And this one, maybe they can copy my manifesto. Wala ambao wanaona mimi ndio mwenyewe kabisa. Number one, what we really need to do is to fund youth content.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to fund youth content hubs, create digital studios across the country where youth can produce music, videos, and social media content, turning their dreams into careers. Train for digital platform, offer free training in video editing, graphic design, and storytelling through community centers, enabling youth to monetize content on platforms like YouTube and TikTok. Subsidize equipment access, yenye umeona wameshapandisha kamera kama hii 1,300, vitu kama hiyo nitawaambia 1,000 ngapi? 500,000. Watoto wangapi watapata 500,000? So that's why we are saying like I'm just talking about those things, but the other tax wameongeza sasa, kwa hizo vitu mtapata. Subsidize equipment access, provide affordable smartphones. Look at the smartphones right now. The Uhuru came up with phones ya kutengeneza hapo Kimathi University. So wamesema wametoa ile exempted, zero rated, now is exempted, which means they are going to be more expensive. Wamepoteza network pale watu wa Kenya Kwanza. So we are coming enabling youth to provide affordable smartphone cameras and internet bundles to youth content creators, ensuring even those in villages can participate in the digital economy. Young farmers in agriculture and industrialization invest in high-value crops, horticulture, livestock rise, and with the training seeds and technology in youth fund youth agribusiness startups through grants and low-interest loans, reform policies to improve land and finance access for young farmers, develop special economic zones for manufacturing and agri-processing in Mombasa, Kisumu, Lamu areas, provide tax incentives, simplify regulations and credit access for micro enterprises and all that, expand digital infrastructure and innovation hubs to boost the ICT sector, support youth-led ventures in eco-friendly products and waste management, partner with UNEP to train youth in green skills, empower grassroots economies, promote cooperative models, establish youth-led cooperatives, among many things. So what I'm trying to say is that they don't have a plan. And that's why they are going to Harambee kufanya hiyo maneno yenye wanafanya hii. So Peter Salasya is the best person. How watu hawa, like juzi, I'm sorry to say, please forgive me, I want to say about this. I didn't want to talk about anything. Some other people, they were saying that they were giving they were waking up, they were in government. You ask them, what job opportunities did you create for these young people? They will not answer you at all. So you must also tell us, you as a person. I don't want to attack anyone. Peter Salasya is an independent person, and I don't want to attack like I want to be Peter Salasya. It's going to be united opposition, Peter Salasya and Kenya Kwanza. Lakini tumeambia rais yeye Ruto ana step aside. Yeye unajua sasa kazi imemshinda, wewe tumeshamalizana mambo yake. So it's me and united opposition. Peter Salasya will be winning very early in the morning. Ask me another question.
Umemaliza na ChatGPT.
No, it's not about the ChatGPT. These are real issues. I'm talking about the issues. And I'm talking about the passion, because the young people are, and let me also tell you about one thing that I'm going to do. Number one, we have so many investors who have migrated from Kenya, right?
That's true.
And I can give you a
hostile business environment.
Yes. Have we gone, as a president, first of all, I must go back to those people, those investors. I must ask them, why have you migrated? I must have a report.
You think they don't know? You think they don't know?
Now, that is their own...
you believe everything that is happening in the government, the presidency and the government, you think they don't know? I'm not going to assume they
I don't know if maybe it's ignorant or what, but for me, if it's Peter Salasya, what I'm going to do is, first of all, if I have to go to the Leru, you migrated from Kenya, what is the issue? There's this one, I have a list of them, all of them, who migrated. Get a report and see where to improve so that I can attract them. I have been moving all around Kenya here. And every area, I was in Tesoland. We were in Jinari, in Tesoland, in Jinari. They are crying, their company collapsed, no jobs. I was in Kimaiti. There's another one called Tobacco. BAT collapsed, is no longer there. In Bungoma, Kitinda is no longer there. I was in Eldoret, KCC is no longer there. Rivertex is no longer there. I was in Mombasa oil refinery, not working at all. It collapsed. We have there's this Kikomi sijui ya kufanya nini. It's no longer. We have there is this one in Thika. In Thika, whereby we are talking about industrial hub. No longer right now, we are talking about go down. And that's why you find like the population of the young people is increasing, but the jobs or whatever, they are collapsing. And that is the one thing that I'm going to do, is to see how can we be able to reform and do the necessary so that we can create more job opportunities for our younger people. But for the others, they are there to fulfill their esteem, to fulfill their goals. They have got the mass wealth. Now them is to get the power to protect their wealth. And we must be able to, Kenyans must be able to know this thing. So Kenyans, this is our time. Kenyans, this is our time to redeem yourself and break all the system. You see, I always tell people that these politicians that we are seeing today, they were the students of Moi. All of them. But they never learned, they only learned the bad sides of Moi that they are implementing right now, of taking things directly. Moi was bad, yes, in one way or another. Moi had really centered more on industrialization. And that's why during the Moi's time, many companies were in operations that have collapsed today. You find most of these irrigation schemes, like I was in Mwea, was started during those days. You ask yourself, even Gulala, not working, ADC in Trans Nzoia, not working, they're now putting their sugarcane and all that. They have there's the one in Kisumu there, I don't know, this Yamchele, inaitwa nini hizo, kuna hizo mingi, all those Tardan, Kerio Valley and all those. So I saw the president saying that they want to build affordable housing so that people can move from villages to town. Have we exhausted the lands, like for example the irrigation schemes that are there, and say that now we no longer have a land to do whatever?
Wesh, toka ushikwe umechange.
No, unajua
ulifinywa kidogo.
Let me say this, and I want to apologize so much. You know, now when you are a leader, you take the social responsibility for everything that happens to you. More so you find like there are many things that happened that brought a lot of issues. And number one, most of the time when I've not been operating my own social media platforms, were being operated by different people. So they are trying to come up with different narratives. I don't know what this and that and that and that. But all of them now, after everything happened, it was said that it's Peter SALASYA who said. So I want to apologize on behalf of anything that was talked that maybe affected one or another in any given way. Because we have already now made sure that we have retrieved all our social media platform from anyone who was running it or whatever, who was doing whatever. So right now we are very strategic with our communication team and everything.
Why were you arrested?
No, the false publication that we are talking about. Yeah, so, and which I've said that if there was anything that, whether pseudo accounts that were so many open on my name and everybody was trying to come up and speaking anything, I've apologized to everybody with the pseudo accounts and with whatever. And right now we have streamlined everything because number one thing that is going to make Ruto go home, number one is the unity of these young people. But the narrative that we are going to be given back. You see, look at this. When we had the Mandamano, it was all over. But the moment these people brings back into our tribal cocoons, everybody goes now and says, now, I have to go back where I belong. So I want to ask the young people of this nation not to follow the political kingpins. We are now the kingpinship. Huyu ni kingpin wa Western, huyu ni kingpin wa Nyanza, huyu ni kingpin wa Coast, huyu ni kingpin wa Mount Kenya, huyu ni kingpin sijui wa wapi. We must divert ourselves. Because when these people they get it with their cronies. It's not about you. We, the young people, we are the ones who are suffering with no job opportunities. Once they go back to their slumber. And that is why we are saying that if we want to win this thing, we must unite together. I saw wakina OG. OG anatoka wapi? He was in Mandamano. But some others, they say that, oh, Mandamano sio, ni watu ya wakagani. And wakina Arrow Boy, they were there. And I want to salute all the influencers. And that's why you see, like in Togo, people who are really looking for the people who God has given them the influence to speak to other people. Because there was a reason why, Obinna, you are given more followers. Because God knew that through that follower, there's something that you'll do in this country. There's a reason why people like kina OG, kina Arrow, kina Calligraph, kina Obinna hapa, ndio OG. Nani wote, those people. There is a reason why God gave them those followers. You can do all your nonsense on social. Hata unaweza tembea uchi, but always pata members. Lakini there are people who have been given, and there's a reason, and that's why I want to ask all those people who have been given, use that that platform that God has given you to champion for the better Kenya. Because when you have a better Kenya, it will also favor you and it will also favor everyone else.
Sasa tujaribu sasa tuweke majibu, we compound.
Yeah. Yes.
Unatembea mpaka Garissa before urudi hapa.
Yeah.
Hata kuna swali nimekuuliza umeenda left.
Yeah, now ask me now. Direct now to the point.
Direct to the point. What makes you better than these other presidential candidates? There is Matiang'i. What makes you better?
Matiang'i has been the system. He has been the system. He knows how to work, but he doesn't know how to create job opportunities for the people. That's why you heard him saying that he was giving exams to people he was waking up at 3 to give exams. So you give exam. Yes, giving exam is your work. I can even give to someone and give exam. But now create job opportunities.
Rigiji.
I don't want to talk about Rigiji because I told people of Juja when I was in Githurai that separation of Ruto and Rigiji was the best thing that has ever happened. It was a blessing to Kenyans. Because if it could not have happened, Kenyans ingezama. And that's why hiyo ilikuwa ni a wake up call so that he comes out, God raises him, so that he can come and expose whatever. Yana kukama Moses. Alafu Joshua mimi naingia pale naingiza watu Canaan. So he's Moses. He's Moses. Rigiji ni Moses. Nikipata president nitakumbuka siwezi acha Jalinda kwa sababu he is also playing a role because we are going to Canaan. Kenya is going to Canaan. Right now, that's why God has raised akina Moses.
And you are the one to take them.
Now I'm the one how to take them there. Because I will take care of other interests. Naambia mzee nataka security ndio hii hapa. Kitaka kufanya mambo yako ya hapa na pale lakini inji mniachie mimi niipange.
Okay.
Niipange. Venye nimepanga Mumias East huko. Hakuna kitu kazi ambayo imefanywa Mumias East, hakuna Kenya yote ambayo imefanywa huko. Whether tournament, whether nini, Mumias is a special constituency right now. And mimi najifanyanga mjinga lakini mimi ni mtu intelligent. Mtu intelligent. You know, people doesn't know me, they ought to know me, but very slowly they will get to know this one is Ibrahim Traore of Kenya.
Okay.
More of a joker kidogo, he knows how to mingle. Unaona watu wanasema ati comedian. Comedian, call me comedian. That's good. You know, somebody can think that is insulting me. But one thing you'll remember, kuna huyo president ambaye ako ni nchi gani alikuwa na dance juzi. Was the one
there's a comedian. There's a country that the president was a comedian.
Yes.
Is it France? It's
Zelensky alikuwa DJ.
You're France.
DJ alikuwa nao yeye ni Ukraine.
Yeah.
Alafu kuna yule mwenye amedance juzi. Amependwa sana ni West Africa. Hiyo nchi iko mzuri sana. Na wengine wako pale. Because you see now right now from this comedy I'm able to know what people are thinking.
Okay.
Unaelewa? Nani nasoma? Unajua DCI. Unajua Nisi anakuja pale anajifanya mwenda simu, anajifanya kama ajui chenye anagira nasoma na anaenda na report na anaambia hapa iko hivi na hivi na hivi. Sasa huyo ndio Peter SALASYA mnajua. Yeah.
Kalonzo.
See now Kalonzo is also good. Kalonzo is another Moses. Because you see now Kalonzo now ameseparate na baba. Unaona? He has a role that is playing there. And we want him to continue pushing. Because you see, sasa hao ni watu ambao watakuwa kama council. Waambia, sasa nyinyi mtuambie hapa na pale.
Okay.
You know, mpaka hata kiongozi mimi nikipita kura tutakuwa na council ambao ni wazee. Unakaa nao, okay, kuna mambo mawili matatu ya kukuongelesha, alafu utachukua 2 3 4, alafu unapeleka nchi mbele. Lakini we want them to continue doing whatever they are doing.
Okay.
Usijika unanielewa?
Wajakoya.
You know, they are just there. They are just there. They also have a role. Yeah, that's how God created us. They also have a role.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, Raila.
You see now Baba has done so much. He has done so much. And ile sarakasi yake anaona vile sarakasi, yani ile mambo yake amefanya, mnaenda. Umeona hata juzi huyu mwingine amekuja anasema tunataka dialogue. Unaona? Yani nasema wamefanya kazi yao vizuri. Sasa sisi ni kuwaheshimu. Unaelewa Obinna? Tutawaheshimu.
Si ni wewe ndio ulikuwa unatukana baba?
Unajua wacha nikuambie kitu kimoja. Mimi niliwaambia, and by the way, kama kuwa na fanatic wa baba. Umaipenda dema alafu akukatae. Alafu akuzimie simu. Umai? Umai? Alafu upata akona boy mwingine. Unaona mwenye nasumbuanga akili. So, mimi nilijua.
Unaona wenye baba alikufanya?
Yeah, mimi nilikuwa, unaona ili like, because number one, nilijua ya kwamba I really didn't want baba to make any mistakes.
Okay.
Unajua siasa ni calculation, Obinna. Ni calculation. Ni kama tu kama sasa saa hii nini. Watu wengine watakuja hivi na hivi. So baba mimi nilijua hata kwa EUC ni mimi hiyo ndio kitu nilimwambia. Hiyo sio nilijua alikuwa anamcheza. Nilijua mapema, that's why mimi nilisema mapema.
Uliambia baba anamcheza?
Niliandika kwa mtandao. Nikasema baba, watu walianzisha ile kitu inaitwa congratulations baba for winning AUC. Mimi nikasema mimi nilikuwa kwa committee moja ilikuwa tunaita regional integration. Ile ilikuwa inaleta mambo ya East Africa thing. So when I was there, it's like they have not approached this East African community to make a deliberate decision that we have endorsed, so that we can be also this one come as, because we tuko na around 7 or 12 countries to ambie like our endorse. It was never there. So they are there lying at him that ya kwamba congratulations for winning. So hiyo kitu iliniuma sana because nilijua wanamdanganya. They were going there to witness as he falls, so that now arudi mambo ingine. But that is a past story. What we are trying to say is that Baba have done what they have done in their political life, and they have done. We appreciate them. We thank God who has kept them all along, and we are praying for them. And what we just really need to do, we don't want now to confront them anymore. We just want to make our own decisions and say, we as young people of this nation, we are taking this direction. They will also come back to us. After I've won the election as a president, they will come back to me. Na nasema nyinyi wazee wangu, mnataka aje, mnataka aje. Na nakaa nao, lakini nitapanga, security yenu iko sawa, nini na nini, lakini nipange nchi iende mbele. Iende mbele. Sasa hivi ni mwerevu saa hii. Sasa hii sitaki kukaunda na mtu yeyote. Sasa hii eye on the ball.
Okay.
Yes.
Lakini bado una post kama umelewa na ukivuta bangi.
Let me tell you, unajua sasa,
is that a presidential behavior?
No, you see, let me tell you, mambo ya okay, alcohol hiyo ilikuanga maybe yani for fun. Nini. Hizo zilikuanga mambo ya sinema, lakini mambo ya sinema hizo ziliisha. Unaelewa? Alafu ingine ilikuwa AI. Unaona hii ingine ilikuwa AI. Unajua mambo ya AI. Kuna mambo mengi. AI. Wewe unajua AI? AI inaitwa nini kwa Kizungu?
Hiyo ni AI.
Hiyo ni AI.
Ule mdalishika bangi hivi.
Hiyo ni AI.
Hiyo ni AI.
Wanakuchukua na kichwa na kuweka pale. But all in all, what we are trying to say is that we are very focused young person right now, because we have understood the role. Ile wanaita the responsibility ambayo Mungu amenipatia, na ile kibali amenipatia, nyota ambayo amenipatia ya kuleta mabadiliko nchi yetu ya Kenya.
You don't believe it's too soon for you to run for presidency? There are people who feel maybe you could have run for MP a second term, then maybe you go to governor. They feel if you go for presidency now, the maximum you can be in the presidency maybe is 10 years. Then after that, what next? You don't feel that? You're either too young, it's too soon, should have waited?
What you have really asked me is what has been really disturbing me for a very long time.
Okay. Which part? I've asked a bunch of things. There's one.
No, the one you're saying.
After?
Yeah, all of them. You know, penye umeanzia. You know the questions you're asking? They are very genuine questions.
Yeah.
Very genuine.
Okay.
And I would like you, I would love you on that.
Okay.
Because you are caring.
Okay.
You are a caring brother.
Okay.
Say amen.
Amen.
But now the question is, when I was going into politics, you know, when I finished the university, I was the student leader. I was doing student leadership for fun. When I was elected, I went to the Egerton University, and when I went there, the first day, I tell people, and I never knew, by the way, that today I want to pray for you. Is okay? So now it was a tradition. Peter SALASYA pray for us. So I was praying for them. Then later on, I started visiting street children at Nakuru. This Kenyatta, there is another Kenyatta Gardens or whatever, that along Merika, then next there. So street children, I bring them to from Bondeni, tunakuja tunakula hapo na preach. Walinipiga siku ya kwanza because they thought I'm whatever, wakaninyang'anya simu, but I kept on mpaka wakanizoea. Wakanizoea. It's okay because people used to go take the photos, wanachukua photos, wanatumia wazungu, wanaokulia. So they believed maybe I was one of them. So we went, I started mobilizing kama students, tunachukua nguo, we bring, tunawaogesha, tunawanyoa na wapeleka kanisa. It's okay? Then now later on, something just told me, kuwa student leader, litakuanga rahisi yaku. So nikaanguka, next nikasema, nilikuwa director academics, nikasema niende kwa vice chair. So ilinisumbua, sasa unaruka aje uende pale. So by good luck, nikapata. So wakati nilifanya kazi mzuri sana, and I was the most loved leader in that institution. Wakati hata nilimaliza, watoto walikuwa wanashindwa wataipata aje leader kama Peter SALASYA, who was always there for them. And Nakuru town ilikuwa imenitambua sana. So when I finished, and when I was going to the library, walikuwa wananiambia wewe utakuja kuwa mbunge wa Mumias. Na mimi I never used to take it serious. So when I went to when I finished my first job, I wanted to, because I had never been to Nairobi. So I was excited to come to stay in Nairobi. So now the first job was to sell bicycle. When they posted me, they say you have to go back to Kakamega. So now I say, oh my goodness, sikutaka. So I was forced there. Nikaanza, nilikuwa na kanyaga bicycle kutoka pale. Na hiyo time ndio mambo ya HELB ilikuwa imeanza kusupport watoto wa parallel students. So nilikuwa naenda nafanya advocacy kwa my constituency that wale mpata C+ ni easier and all that. So in the process, sasa watu wakaanza kusema, sema unataka nini? Sasa mimi nikasema mimi chenye naweza fanya ni kutafuta ni MCA. Sasa kitu nilikuwa naniambia. So wakati nikienda kusema, naenda kudeclare kusimama MCA na kuwa bubu. Nakataa. And I was never used to be peaceful. Unaelewa? So from there, 2014, 15, 16, so 16 nikapata my first job. Ilikuwa Diamond Trust Bank. Another job, right? So ikakuwa nilikuwa interested nikuje niachane na hizo vitu, ujinga hiyo yenye nilikuwa naangalia. Si ndio? Wakanipost wakaniambia instead nikuje niwake Nairobi because I was so excited about Nairobi. Akaniambia you will be in Kakamega branch ya Diamond Trust Bank. So I was, and then I continued with the journey. So one day, wakati nilisema tu kusimama MP, nilipata tu the happiness in my heart. Na nikapata joy, and I was happy. Then I was like asking myself, how will I maneuver? Yes, I'm happy. But how will I do? Wewe mwenyewe una nyumba, una kitanda, unalala chini, una nini? Yani uko tu maskini ya Mwenyezi Mungu. So and I kept on. And at the end of the day, things worked the way it worked. So now again, people, when I have been doing all the work, I promised them people many things. 2 years I've done all of them. So people are saying go for the governor thing in Kakamega, but my heart is not there. But now I have the opportunity to go, and if I want that seat of Kakamega, asubuhi mapema, halwale the team kina Barasa, kina Nani, kina Kileo, they cannot match my energy, my vibe and all those stuff. Asubuhi mapema ningechukua. Sindio? But now my heart was not happy. So wakati nilienda nikazunguka, nilikuwa hapa 1 year ago. Kaambia nyota yangu ni kubwa ya kuwa rais wa Kenya. Na mimi hiyo time nilikuwa kimchezo. So wakati nilienda Mombasa, nilikuwa tunatembea, rafiki mwingine jamaa mwingine Msomali. Kaniambia wewe bana, ukisimama president ba, mimi nitasimama na wewe. Tena mwingine. So hiyo time wakati nilikuja nikapata hiyo revelation, sasa nikapata tu the happiness. So hiyo inaonyesha kwamba hii ni maneno ya Mwenyezi Mungu na mimi ndio nitakuwa rais wa Kenya. Tuendelee, nimemaliza kujibu hiyo swali. So now coming to the point of viewers is that I'm going for this seat not because I'm risking. I'm looking at vijana wenzangu. It's not about me. Because I told you from the word go, who will save these young people? Kwa sababu they are being surrounded by the same scavengers. The same people.
Yes.
Yani aliagunia liamke. They only comes for them to be bailed out when they are desperate. The moment they are in the system, they forget about them. So now that's why I said, I don't see any other youthful person, youthful leader, ambaye akuna maono na akuna roho ya kuona hawa vijana hawa. Because you look at the population, they call demo what? Demographic. You look at the demographic right now. The youth, the young people between the age of 18 to 35, they are like about they're running about 51% of the population. We are about 18 million or so around there going to, and the projection is that between 2027 there's going to be like about 75% of the population. Okay. So you ask yourself, who is going to save? And those are the questions. So many have done it in my life, right? Mimi nimefika pale, lakini naangalia vijana wenzangu, ni nani ambaye I better go and save the way I've saved and change the politics of Mumias ambazo zimekuwa over handouts na nimebadilisha imekuwa ya maendeleo. No one bothers nowadays to ask for me from handout. Ikuje huku juu so that it transform, because huko nimesha lay background. Whoever now mwenye anakuja atajua Mheshimiwa Salasya alikuwa anafanya ABCD. So when I become the president, now I will lay the foundations, the systems that no one will ever tamper with them. We have made sure that the courts are working effectively and no one can interfere with them. The parliament is working more effectively and no one can tamper with them. The executive is doing what it's supposed to be doing effectively. My work will be, in fact, to manage this country. Obinna, let me tell you, if I make the courts to work, if I make the parliament to do the work, if I make the executive, unajua kitu ambayo inaharibu, mimi nikichagua mimi kama mimi, unaenda kwa kuchagua mawaziri wapya, unyajai kuwa maybe kwa serikali, nini, watu ambao wanajua ni kazi. Wanajua kuna vision yangu ambao nataka kubeba. Sasa kazi itaonekana. Lakini hawa watu wenye nimekuwa nikiona. Please hold me. I want to refrain myself right now. I don't want to attack anyone. But I want to push those united opposition to continue their work.
So you don't feel like it's too soon for you to run for presidency? You don't feel like it's too soon?
Yeah, it's not too soon.
Okay.
Putting in mind that I'm just going there because of my fellow young people, but I want to see them up there.
You've just done your work for 2 years in Mumias East, so you feel that experience is enough for you to run a whole country?
Definitely yes. Because if I was the student leader, for example, in the university, managed all the brains, I've been in this.
Kenya is not a university.
No, listen to me. Just listen to me. Yeah. Just listen. I'm competent enough, number one. I have the basics in management, right? In management, meaning become a student, right? Meaning ni msomi wa mambo ya become. Hao wengine ambao wanatafuta viti, unaona, ni watu ambao wengine wanapata ni lawyer, wengine wanapata sijui walisomea wanyama, they cannot understand these things that I'm talking about. Unaelewa? Sasa niulize kwa hii team hata okay, I want to refrain myself. Hakuna mtu ambaye amesomea finance kwa watu.
Nani ameambia mweshi wa dia refrain? Ameitumia maraka 50.
No, you see, I don't want, because they will tell you. But now what I want is that let them continue pushing, because I told you we are going to have the three forces. Is that okay?
Okay.
The united opposition, Peter Salasya, and those who are saying na hii one time. Unaelewa?
Question for you.
Yes.
What happens if you don't get elected as a president, if you don't win?
Number one,
what's your fallback plan? What's your plan B?
Let me tell you, that's a very genuine question. I have faith.
Faith without action is dead.
Yes, and that's why you see, that's good, and that's why you see I'm moving. I'm not, ask me, any apart from Peter Salasya, other presidential candidate, mention.
Who are moving around?
Who are moving around?
The president.
Apart from President Luto.
Rigiji.
Apart from Rigiji.
Matiang'i.
But okay, ni nani amemove kama mimi Peter Salasya? Au amekuwa Kwale ni nani? Nani amekuwa kwa Kwale kwa hiyo team? Ni nani? Apart from mwenye yako ni nani?
No kukua pale.
Nani amekuwa Isiolo? Nani amekuwa kule?
President mpaka kapita Ramu, akile Luwak.
Sasa wewe na mimi front runner right now, but I'm pushing others to continue.
So you believe that because umeenda around the country once, so you are winning already?
No, number one, what I'm doing is I'm speaking my agenda. Okay. When I go to the people, I'm speaking to the people, not people on the social media. I'm speaking to the people who are ground. Kwa wakati nimeenda.
Plan B.
So plan B, number one, I don't have a plan B. If plan A fails, plan A succeeds. Is it okay? So that's what I mean. There's no, because you see, I'm Joshua. Understand from this point, I'm Joshua, and you're going to see how the issue, the things are going to align themselves.
Okay.
These are, and let me tell my people that I don't need choppers.
Okay.
To campaign.
Just have the things on the ground.
Bana, look at me right now. Look at me. I'm so happy about this when I talk about this, and I thank God for the grace. And you see, and I thank God about the grace that God has given me. Number one, I've been able to move in how many counties? In around 40 counties. 40 counties without chopper within how many months? Within like 3 months or so, and I've gone so many times. So I want to tell, maybe, there was a narrative that was being told like that opposition, hakuna mtu akona capacity ya kumaneuver all across the country. Sasa Peter Salasya, mimi sitaenda kwa machopa. Mimi niko tu chini. Nikiingia kama Kakamega Western, nazungukia tu hapa Western yote mpaka nimalize. Naingia coast.
How are you funding your campaign?
Sorry?
How are you funding your campaign?
No, mimi niko na friends who are really standing with me and young people. Unakumbuka hata ile wakati askari wanakuja tunalala kwa apartment moja. Tunalala hata mpaka ile ni timu ya kujitoa.
Okay.
Unaona kama timu yako hii wakati mlianza small.
Yes.
Lakini wamesimama na wewe mpaka umefika penye umefika. Mko na hao.
Okay.
Sasa mimi on my side, mimi niko na vijana ambao si hata wamejitoa na pesa. Ni vijana ambao wamejitoa kwa kusimama na mimi.
Okay.
Wanaweza enda pale chini walale na tuweke mattress na tupike ugali na tukule na tuweke kesho tuamkie kwenda na campaign.
How much do you spend in a day for your campaigns?
Hiyo ni mambo ya Mwenyezi Mungu. Wewe Mwenyezi Mungu usijua. Mambo ya Mwenyezi Mungu. Wewe unajua ndege anakulaga sana mkanga tu. Alafu yeye anaenda.
So wewe pia unaamka tu unaenda tu.
Unaamka unaenda Mungu. Baba Mwenyezi Mungu, tunakuja mbele zako, tunaenda kuongea na watoto wako.
Okay.
Na mwenyewe anafanya venye anafanya.
Okay.
Yes.
You're running with which party in 2027?
The issue of the party, we're working and because you see now you cannot run with we're going to do, now that is something that we are working on it, and we are hoping by God's grace by December we'll be announcing. Yeah.
The party that you're working with.
Yes.
Haya, sasa tumemaliza mambo ya politics. Sasa turudi huku kwa kiwanja sasa. Kuna maswali mingi nataka kuuliza, kunywa maji kwanza. While that is happening, I want to hook you up with some property. How about you come and buy land and become my neighbor somewhere in Koma town? I'm talking about plots of land courtesy of Fervent Properties. Unapata 50 by 100 yangu hapo, kujuchukua yako the only 21 plots and now the remaining 20, I'm sure about 10 have gone. Zimebaki kama 10. Check this out, do the needful. What's up everybody, your guy the top is in the building and this time is for sure. I just found this hidden gem in Koma town, 300 meters from Kangundo Road. 50 by 100 plots for only 750,000 Kenya shillings if you're paying cash. Na wale wa malipo ya pole pole unaweka 300,000, alafu the balance unamaliza between 6 months to 12 months. Na total ni 850,000. We are currently fencing, ndio tunaweka masinyenge nini, but the good thing about it, title deed iko ready. Just think about it. Maji iko on site, stima iko hapa, access road na development. Unajua Koma town ndio hii iko hapa. Everything is intact. Kuja ukwe jirani yangu hapa, courtesy of Fervent Properties. So piga namba kwenye screen sahi and book. The only 21 plots na moja ni yangu. so zimebaki 20. So the 20 of you ng'ang'ana, sema ndio Obinna amekutuma. All right, so we are back. The polls are still on. Matiang'i is now leading. Yo Matiang'i amekunyorosha. Ako 36, wewe uko 34. Rigiji ako 19, Ruto ako 11.
Iko tu sawa. Iko tu sawa. Hapo iko sawa.
Iko tu sawa.
Iko sawa kabisa.
Mambo ni live.
Mambo ni live. So mimi niko na ngapi?
Wewe saa hizi wacha nirudi niangalie hiyo poll. Tena nini? Wewe uko 34, Matiang'i ako 36.
Iko tu sawa.
Iko tu sawa. Mambo iko tu live.
Iko tu live.
Haya. Nayo. Haya. You arrested in Isiolo. Was it staged? Watu wanasema ulikuwa umepanga sinema.
No, it was a true story.
Yeah,
it was a true story.
Ulishikwa juu ulifanya nini tena?
Isiolo sinyo tu mambo ya publication hizo.
Oh, okay. Okay. Haya. Tumeona sana story yako na Maverick. Maverick huko amekunyorosha pale online, mevutana anasema ako na receipt zako. What's happening?
Hiyo ilikuwa tu mambo ya siasa. But mambo ya siasa, hiyo ni politics ya kawaida ya social media. Okay. So right now we are no longer on those social media platforms. So she's a good girl, very focused, and we are supporting her. And when we win, we'll bring her on board. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
History alisema tulikuwa nafandiwa sijui na mwalimu wa nini. Ilikuwa ukweli?
No worries. Those are normal things in politics.
Oh. Okay. Haya. Running mate wako 2027?
First after we launched the party, you see now I'm like the moment I push the agenda.
Yes.
First of all, I will try to look at dynamics, the whole dynamics, and see who fits.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Kenyans themselves will tell me who should be the running mate. But now it's not right now. That one will come maybe towards the end of next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your political stand in Western region? Ama what's your opinion? Kuna Itawe movement, yanatembea na pia kuna DCP, akina Malala. Unaona gani iko mbele?
No, you see now right now I'm not talking about, see I've told you like I don't want to associate myself with those things.
Okay.
Those are normal things of local politics like Tawes, Ginini. I don't want to involve into them.
These are local politics.
Those are local politics. Right now I'm far beyond, now I'm doing national.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, mambo yako ni live. Are you sure the Gen Zs are behind you? That they are working and supporting you?
And that's why, the Gen Zs, first of all, they are very keen right now. You see, like today, there are those who have never listened to me when I'm serious.
Yes, hata wameshtuka. Watu sasa wanaongezwa maji Kenyatta.
Yeah, so you see now, there are different people in this country.
Yeah.
There are those who love the serious people. There are those who love people who are jovial. So as I go on, they'll be able to. There are those who are going to like me because of how I mingle with people,
Yeah.
how I interact with the people, how there are those who are going to like me because of the policies that I'm coming up with. There are those who are going to like me, maybe how I'm going to just to fix some two things.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, as time goes by, you will realize that the support is going to grow. The support is going to grow. Okay. And also they have listened to what I've said. So I believe when we come the next episode, maybe after we have moved across, because we are going to move around the country again, maybe after 6 months from now again, we will be back here on the bench. Okay. And then you will be able also now to talk about the challenges that we have experienced. Okay. And all that, and we'll be able to know so far. You see now, one of the biggest challenge that I'm having right now, there are those who have seen the seriousness. There are those who are still doubting. The moment we are going to launch the party, it's going to move to another level. Now, the moment we are going to consistency, continues, they are going to, so it's a step by step. So it's a process, because I've been in this thing before. I remember when I was vying this election, we were so many people, and I was so much, because you remember when even in the I was number last in 2017 election.
You're number last?
Yes, 2017 when
wow.
I vied with 254 votes. But I gave myself targets. It's okay. Don't laugh. It's okay. It happens. It's normal. You see, when you started, you are having 0 numbers of your YouTube.
That's
right
true.
Now you are number 1.
That's
so you are
true.
pushing, and you are on one of the biggest show in Kenya right now as we speak.
Amen.
Very soon you'll have a TV. Yani ile nini sasa. So what we are trying to say is that when I started this thing, people looked at me, called me a joker, called me madman, called me all the names. Then as time goes by, and they started listening to me, they pumping the knowledge. So by the time we were like 3 of us. It's okay, 3. By the time I was like, I remain to be alone.
Okay.
So it is normal. Even right now, there are those who are still doubting. Really, is he serious? Seriously? We've never seen this guy doesn't have money. But one thing, a good thing about me is that I don't believe in money for me to achieve something. I believe in myself. I believe in God. I believe in consistency, and I believe in passion. Do you know person who has a passion for something? So that is me. So when I do polish, that's passion. So I have passion for what I do, and I love my work like every time. So with time, it will catch up with them.
Okay, they'll catch up. Are you dating?
Right now? I don't know.
Yeah? You don't know if you're dating?
Yes, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know if you're dating?
I don't know. Do you know I don't know?
Now I know you don't know.
Yes, I don't know. Wait, what wanafikiria I'm presidential man. You know when unaniuliza maswali ingine, you know right now you see wale watu wanaona mtu serious wataanza kuniona joka. And I'm very serious right now. Hey. But they have to bear with me for some things.
But unapanga kuoa lini?
I don't know. You see, I don't know. Unajua kuna tu issues zingine, you don't know yourself.
Okay. You don't know when you'll get married.
I don't know.
You'll be a bachelor presidential aspirant.
Okay, like I always also pray, maybe. Sijui sasa, unajua kila mwanaume ako na maissues zake. Kuna maisha yako.
Wewe issues zako ni gani? Mbona hujaoa? What's the problem? Shida ni wewe ama shida ni yao?
No, you see, like one thing, let me tell you one thing is that I'm too much, and I think that is my weakness. It's okay? I'm too much passionate with some things in life. Like you see, I was so passionate that I want to be the MP. Unaona ukiwa kama MP, for example, if I take you back to this, my story.
Yeah.
My salary used to be like around 13K a month. Sawa. So 13, I used to stay in Kakamega, Shahambi, and my house was about 4K. I'm at 354K. So plus vitu zingine. So 5K, you remain with 4,000, you have to move around with them. So, which means that if you have a woman, you cannot sustain that woman because you have a big ambition. So you will tell that woman, like, go unataka MB, na hata wezi mnunulia hata chips soda, agule chips na soda. Unaelewa hiyo maneno?
But you so
that is then.
Yeah.
Now right now, I'm looking at the vision I'm having for the young people of this nation. I'm not in slumber like so it means that for me now, that lady, that woman has to get me. Unaelewa? Obinna, I want you to get me clear because this is now.
But I'm not that woman.
No. Let me tell you, when you focus so much, you have passion into something. You all your minds, it's there. Sasa unapata like for you that woman to get you, yes, utapata dem mkatiane. But now ile kitu inaitwa consistency in something that kama sasa sahi naanza my second tour. Is okay? Tanipata niko Turkana, niko sijui wapi, niko West Pokot, niko Baringo, niko wapi, niko Mombasa, niko Mount Kenya, niko Siaya, niko Mabei, niko wapi. So mtoto ya wenyewe sasa anajiuliza huyu anataka ako serious na mimi ama ako kwa jokes. Unaelewa? Because now my passion is there. So I'm really praying that woman who really wants me, not I'm saying that who wants me, who maybe anaona like for example, ndio aelewe. Yaani nataka ule mwanamke ambaye anaweza elewa unaniangalia aje zina kwanza. Haya, mambo ni live. Wewe bila nataka kuangalia hivi.
Wacha nikuweke madigolo zile. Ndio nikupie vizuri.
So let me try to express myself. Akweti yana aseme, Peter SALASYA, mimi sitaki kudate sana. Unaelewa? Mimi nataka nioleke. Unaelewa? Mimi nataka tu kuoleka. Sawa? Aniambia nataka kuoleka. Sasa akiniambia nataka kuoleka, si ndio? Nasema hakuna mambo ya kudate for long.
Hiyo ni how long? Unataka kumdate for 1 week alafu moe?
Mambo ya kudate for long mimi siwezani.
So unataka kumdate for how long?
So to date yale as shortest time as possible.
1 month?
1 month?
1 day?
No, hata hapo sio. Wewe nasema mwezi ninataka nione
akuite mwezi.
Okay, whichever the name atataka kuniita. Oh, sorry, kuna msichana mwingine alikuwa anaita mwezi, ni sawa, pole. So aniambie anataka kuoleka. Si ndio? Na make process ikuwe faster. Kwa sababu nitasahau. Kwa sababu responsibility ambazo niko sasa hivi vijana, I'm thinking about agenda, niko na agenda ya vijana ambao hawana kazi, vijana milioni ngapi? Milioni 3 ambao wako hapa sasa hivi, ambao wanasumbua William Ruto sasa hivi. Ambao hata akileta hata ule mwingine anasema ati huyo hataezana, watarudi bado kwa street. So hiyo ni responsibility, niko na mzigo mkubwa sana. Niko na mzigo mkubwa. Sasa inataka nikuwe na mimi nilikuwa nafikiria kama naweza pata wasichana wawili. Ili ya kwamba mmoja akae hapa Nairobi, mwingine akae kule nyumbani. Unaelewa?
Akae nyumbani akifanya?
Si nyumbani huko niko na ng'ombe, angalie ng'ombe.
So unataka mchungaji? Si
mchungaji, ng'ombe si mchungaji yako huko nyumbani. Unaelewa?
But mbona nakaa huko si bado mnataka mchungaji akue huko?
Yani nikienda huko ako.
Na mbona usiende naye? You do know you can still go with your wife, right?
Wife, yani niende na wife nyumbani.
Yaani
unajua mimi nataka wife akae huko
na huyu hapa.
Wa hapa akae hapa.
Mbona tu sikwe ni mmoja uko naye hapa, ukienda home unaenda naye home?
Mimi nataka kuwa polygamous.
Usiseme tu hivyo, si ati sema tu. Na si ulipata wale twins kwa my human KE alafu kawaacha.
Wewe ngoja kwanza. Unajua sasa wewe
wanafanana.
Utafanya story yangu ipotee. Unajua leo niko serious bad.
Si tuko tu hapa kwa ndoa. Sasa hapo kidogo tuko hapo kwa ndoa. Hata Kawira na kuimba kila siku amekupenda huko TikTok. Umesikia Kawira?
Unajua sasa kuna hiyo kuimba. Sasa unajua
Kawera amekupenda.
Wayaseme mimi nimesema saa hii nafaa tu nipate tu msichana ambaye ako serious.
Si ndio Kawera?
Seme
Ako serious.
na hakuna kusumbua. Unajua kuna wasichana wengine pia kidogo anapiga video call, uko wapi? Unafanya nini? Hebu fanya hivi venye unafanya, umekaa nani hapo? Unaelewa? Sasa hiyo
in short you don't want to be questioned.
No, but you see now pia. Anyway,
utaruhusu bibi yako ashike simu yako?
Alafu mambo ya kushika simu ya bibi. Acha tu simu yako ikae yangu. Wacha yake ikae yake. Hapa hope tuko tu kwa mambo ya ndoa. Sasa hizi tumemaliza serious business. Tuko tu kwa mambo yetu hapa. Yanasema simu yangu ikuwe yangu. Yake ikuwe yake. Kama sasa mimi niko mheshimiwa, unapata mtu ametuma kama kuna mwingine tulikosana naye, wajua mimi sikuwa najua jina ya meaning ya jina ya bo. Naomba bo.
Bu.
Bu. Sasa kaona unajua you know this thing of WhatsApp. Mtu amekuja kwa WhatsApp ameweka kwa status. Amejenga, unajua sasa kama Obinna. For example ameweka Obinna kwa status, yani kwa WhatsApp. Ameweka bu
status yake.
Yani kwa WhatsApp. Kuna I don't know venye kuna naweza andika bu
profile ndio hiyo.
Sasa unajua mimi sikuwa najua neno bu. So nika save bu. So bu. Ni bu ama bu?
Ni bu.
Ni bu.
My bu.
Sasa msichana aliona simu ya kriki hivi bruka ati bu. Anasema bu na mimi umesave aje? Vita ilianza pale. So what I'm trying to say, kama sasa ingekuwa hiyo, so what I'm trying to say is that number one, for families, okay, I'm not good person to explain about family issues because I don't have one. Okay. I have responsibility, niko na kazi kubwa sana.
Okay.
But what I'm just trying to say is that going forward, hata wewe sasa kama wewe Obinna, inatakana tu upate tu msichana ambaye atakupatia freedom yako. Wanaume ambao hawajaoa wengi, yani wanatakanga wasikue na freedom yao isikuwe interfered with. And I'm sure you must also have that challenge kama mimi. So we are in the same WhatsApp.
No, at least mimi najua bu inamaanisha nini.
Mimi bado nilikuwa nyuma kidogo.
Wewe ndo kidogo tricky.
Mimi kidogo.
Saving watu na majina waseve otiwa mjengo.
Unajua sasa.
Umejua anakujenga.
You see like hii ya bo, yani unajua kama kwa WhatsApp, mtu akikutumia message, kama hujasave hiyo namba, sikuna kajina kana kujanga hapo.
Copy jina enda kwa M-Pesa inaleta jina yake, unasave jina.
Sasa unajua kadi ileta hiyo. Mimi nika save tu hivyo. So alikuwa anapiga.
But alikuwa mtu wako? Alikuwa bu.
So I don't know, we were talking anyway. But you know just like but that is
kuna mtoto ulipost. Cloud ama ni true?
Huyo mtoto? Mtoto kana nifanana. Siwezi kataa.
Ni katoto kako?
Ako niliona mapua inakaa yangu. Siwezi kataa.
Madhake ni nani?
Madhake? Anatoka tu huko.
Huko wapi?
Tulipatana tu wakati wa maandamano.
Wewe watu wanaandamana na wewe unaandamana kwa nini mtu?
Hiyo time. Sasa si unajua after maandamano
kaenda kutoa tear gas.
Anyway, that's a story for another day.
But sasa ni wewe mtoi wako sasa.
Huyo nimemuona hata wewe itahitaji kuwa na DNA. Sasa nimemwambia nywele wakuje wakate nywele. Wanyoe nywele nyumbani.
Wanyoe nywele?
Wewe unajua according to the culture yetu inasema mtoto indafaa wanyolewe huko nyumbani. Sasa nataka organize nikipata nafasi walete nyumbani wanyoe nywele.
How old is the baby now?
So na count kuanzia
maandamano.
Kuanzia maandamano Julai hivyo hesabu. Miezi 9 alafu uelewe yako juu sijui ni 7 sasa amefika ngapi? Ama 6 ama 5.
But now you are a present dad, You are taking care of your responsibility.
Najaribu.
Unajaribu aje?
Yeah, we are trying our best. We are trying our best.
This is not a political conversation.
Yeah, we are trying
this is from a father to a father. Where you take care of the responsibility.
Yes.
Mtoto akisha kuja amekuja.
Mtoto ni sahani. Mtoto ni sahani.
Mtoto ni sahani aje?
Yaani sahani venye unalinda sahani ndio venye pia itakulinda, si ndio?
Gunzi alikupiga?
Ndani huyo gun.
Huyu MC Absalom, huyu wa nini? Korogosho alisema alikupiga sijui ngumi, sijui nini. Ilikuwa ni ukweli?
Unajua, let me tell you a story about me. Unajua nilisemea huyo. Unajua kama singesemea huyo Absalom angekuwa ameshakufa kitambo. Mimi ukinipiga unakufa. I'm anointed. Sasa niliwaambia nimewasemea wote ambao walinipiga. Hata wakati alikuwa anaongea hapa nilicheka sana. Nilisema one of these fine days I really need to meet with him. I just want to see him. This is good. Ukupiga president bwana. Hiyo ni vizuri.
Mlipigania wapi?
Sinyayo. Unajua mimi sikuwa namjua. Unajua acha nikwambie, unajua wakati niliingia
football match.
Hiyo siku ya football match. Mimi ndio tu nimekelea 10 hizi. Hapa. Sasa unajua mimi ni kadogo, mimi ni kamdogo. Unaona mimi ni kamdogo, right? Sasa nilisikianga tu tunaita pingora mbili. Ile hapa for 1 week kama wanapanguza tu, yani wana maji moto. Inafaa nianze kufanya pia ni kuweko mkubwa kwa mdogo. Unajua kama president kadogo sana, lakini sasa tunakuwa serious, ni kupanga kazi. Akili ndio mingi. Sasa wale wakina Absalom wote I forgave them and I told them that they are still young people, and even me, I'm still a young person. We're still growing, and it's a forgotten thing. Kila mtu wako na sani yake penye anakulia. Yeye aliona vibaya, mimi nilikuwa fanatic wa baba. Yeye ni fanatic wa mimi nilikuwa yeye ni current na mimi ni former. All of us we are fanatics. But sasa yeye ni current, mimi ni former. Mimi ni ex. So wakati ex akitoka unajua anakuanga na machungu. Lakini sasa machungu ilienda, now we respect each other. Yeye anafanya mambo yake, mimi nafuata mambo yake, mimi naheshimu yeye. When we correct with words of measure, because they have been here for some time, and they need to be respected. They need to be respected as much as we are also going to correct them. But we take our own course, and I think we were so bitter. Like I was thinking now, because he was the only hope. Okay. But now to me heal. And I want to visit huyo ala baba mwenyewe, nitamvisit siku moja. Ambaye baba mimi nilikuwa nakupenda sana, and I was still I was your fan. Right now I just respect you, and when I succeed I will also take care of you. Okay. And so that we push this country forward. Okay. Yeah, we only differed on ideological matters, but respect, kwa sababu nakumbuka kitu ambaye ilifanya nikikumbuka ati baba akasema, baba umesema nimerudi kufanya nini yoyote, tuli apologize kama iliguza mtu yoyote, hiyo tuli apologize and all that. So nilikuwa nimesema naenda kutafuta Absalom anaitwa nini, Matachi, nitamtafuta nisalamiane na yeye one of these fine days if I get, I don't have his contact, ni organize alafu number 2 upanga. Okay. Alafu nipatane ule kijana mwingine mwenye alikuwa ananipiga, alikuwa ameandika jina hapa, sijui ni nani huyo. It's called who? Chokora mzee, sijui ni nani huyo. This guy Rose nani huyo? Chokora msafi. There are those around 5 or so guys. Alafu kuna jamaa mwingine hapo alikuwa ameweka mask. Ingine alikuwa tu ananifuata hivyo, akinipiga, akinishika tu masikio, akinichura wewe. So I was saying that I'm going to look for all those guys. We just have a drink together and bond together. Okay. Because hiyo yote ni ya dunia. As long as we are alive, si kuumia sana, ni kuforgive. And if you learn to forgive, you live long, you live happily, and that's why you will connect me to Mataji. Okay. Nimsalamiane na yeye. Okay. Mwambie bro, I want to wish you the best. You have big potential. You can be a big person. Hata unaweza kuwa hata mpaka mbunge. Okay. Nimpatie baraka.
Okay. Yeah. Haya. Mulisha make comments na Huda pia? Bivu yenu iliisha? Ulinigombanishanga story ya Huda.
Sasa kwa sababu so anyway, things happen. You know, kuna kwanga na mambo mengi happen. So what I really want is that wherever she is, also to kama kuna mahali nilipotea, nilienda extra, also to apologize to her.
Okay.
And tukuje pamoja.
Yeah.
Number one, she's a good lady.
Okay.
A very good lady who I saw potential in her that because waliniambia kuna kampuni sijui ya lipstick tulete hapa kwa sababu kama president unaleta investor. So tulikuwa tunataka tukue kama pia kwa investor hapa, akuje hapa lete investment yake hapa. So kama ako huko tunamuuliza pia akuje hapa alete investment yake hapa,
okay.
Kampuni yake hapa ya lipstick,
okay.
Vitu kama hiyo. So if she's there, receive my apologies,
okay.
And come tupige cinema kampuni yako ama ya products, tuzipandishe,
okay.
Tuendelee mbele.
Okay. As we wrap up, President was asked to go, then he asked how he should go. Do you have any idea?
Yeah, it's very simple. It's very simple. You see, he has just two options, as we have just said. He can just, number one, wait to go home for his term.
Okay.
Yeah, wait and go home. But if he finds like it's too hot for him to, he can decide and resign honorably and say, I've really tried. Like himself, he believes. You know, you can believe like you are very hardworking, but in the eyes of the people, you are not hardworking.
Yeah.
So if he believes, because for Kenyans, he believes that he has the best for Kenyans.
Yeah.
But the
true.
Kenyans believe that he's the worst of the worst.
Okay.
So now, the only thing he can do honorably, the way he said, he can go and do farming. It's a very good idea and bring the food security in Kenya. It's going to be a very good idea. Because number one, even in the Bible, God asked the children of Israel, they said, we want our own king. And then God gave them Samuel, they gave the powers to Samuel. I say, Samuel, go and, I don't know if it's Samuel or who, there's that scripture. I think I should start reading about the Bible because it's very important. Everything that we do today can be easily relatable to the background that is in the Bible or the Quran. Even the constitution that we are using today, most of it, when you look at it very closely, you find that is from there. So when the children of Israel wanted their own kings, God gave them the chance to choose their own king. So now, if himself, as he has seen, he wanted to take Kenyans to the direction that he wanted, Kenyans have refused, then it's high time. He would go and tell God, I really wanted to tell them to take them this side, but they have refused. So what do? Let me step aside, let them give them another leader, because I also have a life to protect, because it's very bad, like for example, as a president in your leadership, that you are the worst president who maybe many lives were lost under his reign, and ABCD and many other things happened. It doesn't give you peace. But if you give it honorably, and I'm speaking this very spiritual, as a spiritual man, that his is that I've tried my level best. The best I can do is to give these people a chance to choose their own leader that they feel is the one of the best, and move and give it a space. But if he refuses, then now again it's not going to resound well. Like, so I think he has just to, the best option for him is to resign or tell Kenyans, allow me just to finish my term, the 2 years that are remaining. Let me fix, because I love my country, I bring the IBC. Like as we speak right now, there is a lot of confusion that as young people today, we are remaining in the next 1 month or 2 months, we'll be remaining with less than 2 years to the election. But within that time, the commission has not been formed. Right now, there are many court cases that are in court looking for to remove, to compel the process of the IBC to start afresh. That one tells you, and there were things that were done technically. Number one, bringing in the list of people who are not supposed to be there, bringing someone who had not resigned from his position or her position to be in that. So there were so many discrepancies that are happening, and maybe Kenyans are not being told. And I want to ask the CEO of IBC, what are you being paid by Kenyans, and what is your work? What is your work? Because we have IBC, you have been getting salaries all the way from the last 2 years or so, but you are not doing any work. You are getting salaries and go home. What are your officers doing? Like, for example, the officers from the sub-county, the officers of the IBC from the county level and county, from the regionals, from up to the headquarters. You are not registering votes. What is it that is hindering you to start the process of registering people, young people? Sasa na mnatuambia ati mnangoja, you're waiting for the commissioner. What if the commissioner comes next year?
Moses Kuria tweeted and said there's not going to be elections. You saw Moses Kuria's tweet?
When was that?
A few days ago.
Yeah, you see?
He did. Na akasema kutakuwa na election for the next, I think, 10 years.
And let me tell you.
Akasema hata the boundaries have not even been in it yet.
Let me tell you. And this is the anarchy. And you see, I saw someone was, I don't know, was it Farouk or who was saying that if Nani is on the ballot, we better not have an election in this country.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So I think people should accept that this is a country. And the way the president says that there's no any other Kenya. First of all, who allowed all these issues, like issues that are being challenged in court in the selection of the panel, the selection of the list that was being brought, who and for what intentions, under what circumstances or intentions, and what was the goal to be achieved for all those stuff. So, and all courts that are blocking this process of whatever. So I want President, if he wants to be respected man and be loved by Kenyan and say, I want to leave this country in safe hands. I tried. Maybe, as he said, I remember telling when he was in Mumias that he was maybe the Messiah. I remember telling him, but now maybe things stand because he had a lot of promises. We don't want even to go back to the promises. You know, you have all those stuff on your side. So what he needs to do is, if he doesn't want this country to go into the military, let him have the IBC, let him put everything in order. And I want to tell the Marjuana, it's called, who is the CEO of IBC, and called Hussein somebody. I want to see, yes, I want you to start immediately the process of registering voters immediately. We don't have time, so that even when the commissioner comes next year, you will find when everything, because that's why you are the CEO. Operation should be on right now. Operation should be on right now. Unless now I'm going to challenge the salary that you should return back all the salaries of you have been getting plus all the people there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, quite a conversation. If you have enjoyed it, you've learned something, you've seen the new side of SALASYA. Now this is the presidential side, is what he calls it. How about you give us a subscription? Not too much to ask. Cindy, I would just subscribe. Why? kindly just subscribe, yafinya hapo, bonyeza. Very good, correct. So up next, Mbuzi Man is still around? Yeah, we are having the gentleman ule analia kama mbuzi, and then after hiyo tunakuwa na Hannah Benta, tunafanya test live hapa kwenye conversation. Mr. President, asante sana for coming through.
Yeah.
Wacha tukuache wewe uende upange kazi namna hii. Yes, but as we wrap up, I want you to talk to your voters. Kamera ndio hii. Tupa campaign nini zako zile za mwisho.
First of all, I want to take this opportunity to thank my people of Mumias constituency for the big platform that you opened for me. The biggest platform that has really made me to be known across this country. The kind of the support that you have shown me and that has made me to shine everywhere. You are an amazing people that I really love and I really respect. And I will always there to support you and to fulfill all the promises that I gave it to you as your son. And count me as even as I walk around the country. Never think that you are alone, that I've left you. No, I'm balancing everything that I'm doing. All the works are being done. All the schools are being done. The toilets and everything that have been pending, we are going to do them. And I'm monitoring everything that's happening on the ground. And keep praying for me, and I keep praying for you. To all the Kenyans, I want to say thank you so much for the big support that you have given unto me. And I thank so much for the love that you have shown unto me when everywhere that I've been moving across in Mombasa, in Mount Kenya, in Isiolo, in Kisii, in Narok, in Eldoret, western parts of Kenya, Nakuru, here in Nairobi, and everywhere. The love that you showed me, the respect that you gave me, the ears that you gave unto me was an amazing moment for me. So I'll be coming back again, and let us continue working together. I have a big ambition for you and for this country. So let's keep working together, and I'll be visiting you for those areas that I've not visited in West Pokot, in Turkana. I'll be coming, and others. Thank you so much.
Alrighty, that's the match we have for now. See you in a short while. You still have 2 more to go. We'll be back. Asante sana Mwesh.